Hello. So this is a tutorial on the new Otherworld House strategies that I came up with for Homecoming. Um, I'm just gonna go through the new route for Otherworld House, and yeah, this saves about 20-ish seconds. I think before people, I think before is like getting sub 12:30 when you're done. The second part of House was like really good. Like you wanted sub 30. Um, like sub or like 12:25 to 12:30, like in that range was really good. Um, Without it being completely 100% optimal, I finished my recent world record run with a 12:08 after house with the new strats. Um, yeah, you may have seen a body there. I'm doing this on a load that I had to like re-pull the levers, and I spawn the enemy that comes here. You don't spawn him in the actual route, and since I killed him, we shouldn't spawn him here. But yeah, you come with a cutscene, and you just, instead of going and grabbing the mask and everything that you would normally grab, you just immediately pull the lever. The new route saves time, mostly because we just avoid backtracking as much as possible, but it means we have to cut through some weird ways. So we're just going to immediately pull the lever and go upstairs. And then upstairs we're going to do pretty much like normal, right? When I grab this metal, I find looking a bit right and down a bit lets you interact with it when it's coming through. Sometimes it doesn't. It's fine. Um, but yeah, attic we do mostly the same as before. We just do a different sort of attic drop. Why is my desktop audio so loud? I am sorry about that. I am turning that down a bit. I don't know why that was so loud. I swear to God, this game's audio changes each time I open it. Anyways, we come here, we want to pull our shotgun around now. And we do the jacket. And that's our first puzzle. So we're going to do a different attic drop. We're going to clip through here and drop. You want to clip through this area, but I found it works a bit to clip starting here. So I'll usually just like slide this way, and when I'm about here-ish, I'll like uh, somehow open my map. What? Oh, right. Uh, I forgot. I had rebound my shoulder button because of playing a different game. No wonder that wasn't working. But yeah, like around here, I'll start clipping and I'll like pull sideways to pull into this area first. And then once I'm in this area, you just turn a bit and it'll just slide you through and pull you in right away. I found that the most consistent. You just, once you start clipping, you pull left on the movement trigger, and then once you're in that second area past that uh, like post, then you turn. If you turn while you're still at the post, you can boost off it and go up into the attic and just get stuck. So you want to wait till you're past it. But yeah, the reason we do that then, so the other place is it drops you right here and you can immediately turn and pick up this item. It saves time from like dropping on the stairs over there and having to run around. But yeah, from there we go do this. And then we do the same sort of kitchen drop clip we were doing before, where again I kind of clip in and hold left, and then I turn as I hold left, otherwise I don't go through like that. But you want to be like on this side of this line, so you're on the halfway side, so you go and you start turning like that, not that fast. And then once you get the pull, you drop, and you drop into the house unloaded. So we're in the mask room right now, everything's unloaded. I'm going to hold forward on my left stick, or like, yeah, forward on my left movement stick, and right on my right look stick. And I'll do that using that sort of red to line up until I'm up against the front wall, and then I'm going to strafe to the left until I see the open. I'll just mash A while doing it. Once I open the door, it sets my angle up, so I then hold forward on the left stick again, and left on the right stick. And that gets me to the door. And once I see red about here, I turn back a bit because we want to hit the examine. If we go too far, we get this open. We want to be like, as soon as you see the red, you want to turn and hit examine. If you do it right, you can keep holding forward while mashing A the whole time and just turn and hit examine. If you turn too far, you can get the open, and if you don't turn enough, you can get the stick your hand in a hole. Once we pick up Frowning Mask, we're gonna clip through this door here. You want to do it immediately as fast as possible, otherwise the bugs will jump on you. If they jump on you, they'll like stop you from getting through, and you'll have to kill them. So we just want to, right? So like this is what happens if it gets on you too soon. I don't get all the way through, and I can't clip because it's on me, so I have to pull it off, and that wastes time. So, because I was just sitting there talking, the bug was already aggroed. Usually, if you do it as fast as possible, you can get through. If you get the clip on the first try, you almost always get through, and the bug will jump on you right after or shortly after. If the bug doesn't jump on you immediately, but you hear it flying in the air like it's going to when you get here, don't pull the lever until it jumps on you. Otherwise, you'll lose life through the cutscene and potentially start limping, and the run will die. And you have to pull the bug off afterwards to interact with the next the clock puzzle. You have to pull off, which wastes time. Where if you wait for it to jump on you and you pull the lever after it's jumped on you, it will die in the cutscene instantly. Similar to like in the start sequence when you give the Robbie bunny over and the bug dies on you. But yeah, so we just go into the next one. We want to swap to our knife. So yeah, this is the puzzle I was talking about where you'd have to pull the bug off before you can interact with this. This, though, is for, just do the puzzle. I swap to my shotgun here because we're going to do a clip here. So here, after you pick this up, we're going to clip through this wall. I usually strafe sort of till I'm about here to start clipping. I start clipping in. You want to clip on this side-ish of the pole instead of here, because if you go here, you can like slide over that way and it takes longer and sometimes doesn't work. So you want to like start here and just hold left on your left stick and slowly turn the right stick to left and you'll slide through. Sometimes you'll fall on like an invisible barrier and you'll have to like pistol aim walk off, but it's fairly rare. Once you drop, you just kind of turn this way and walk over to this area using this door to line you up to open this door, and we're back in the mask room. I turn it sort of this angle and just walk forward until I see examine, and then we use the indifferent mask, and then I hold left on my left stick and right on my right stick, and kind of just it moves you around until you get to the other side. Except somehow, wait, what? Yeah, okay, so you don't hold it, you have to like let go enough to get around. I am in a weird spot. Hold up, where am I? This is the problem because it's unload. Yeah, so then we hold left and sort of turn. I'm stuck on something, but you want to get around the investigate to the other side. It puts you out of the mask, where if you do it right, you get around every time. I don't know why I got caught on to mess up, but from here, we want to swap to shotgun or have shotgun out already, and I sort of strafe left a bit and then walk up and turn, and there's right here facing this thing, there's a spot we can clip into. So we're going to clip here, start the clip, hold left with your left stick, and start turning left with the right stick again. You don't want to go too fast or it kicks you out. You don't want to go too slow either, but yeah, once you get here, you're going to see a little movement to the right like this, and you drop a bit and you can drop through. I'm then going to turn just my vision to left until I have this like white spot in the upper right there. Run forward, examine, we pick up the bogeyman knife, I strafe a bit to the right, and I can examine again and do the knife puzzle. From here we have the hardest part, which is the clip underneath. You want to switch back to shotgun. I hold left on my left stick and left on my right stick here and turn, and as soon as I see the red, I look up just enough to see the bottom sort of part of the house above. If you look up too far, you can just crash the game, so you don't want to go too far. But I do it here, and I'm like, make sure I'm forward up against the wall, and I just go a tiny bit to the right here. I find it helps. You don't want to go all the way to the right, or you can clip out of bounds, but you just want to go a tiny bit, and then while holding forward, you swap, and you start turning. And as you're turning, after you turn it till about here, you can hold left on the movement stick. That didn't work because I took so long, but you want to sort of turn all the way through. Oh, we actually bounced up. That's unusual. If this happens, you can airwalk out, but it's dangerous because you might again flip. So yeah, go bit to the side. This is like the make or break run. But yeah, once I'm about halfway through, I usually swap to holding right on the moon stick. I am boosting it. I like never boost. I'm very surprised this is boosting. You can airwalk through, but it takes a really long time. So I generally recommend against it. Normally, you should just get through it. Okay, here we go. This is gonna work. So you want to turn until you're about here, and you see this shaking. You let go, and you slide through, and you can tell you slide through because your vision should now be like in the center, like of this area, right? Like I'm in between, right? Like I can't go all the way back, but I'm like not facing this anymore. I'm under this part here, which dangerous to look that far up. Anyways, you should be facing kind of this angle, and as you come out, you just hold to hard turn, and you want to turn. You're just facing the exact opposite of here. So we just turn, and I just mash as I run forward, and eventually you'll get the duck under. It resets your position. You hold left on moon stick, left on looking stick until you turn and see this, and then you have to navigate. It's like forward, then forward with a bit right, and then forward with a bit left. And that'll get you to the bottom of the stairs, and then you just navigate up the stairs. And then here, this clip, I find looking this way, just a bit to this angle, helps you get the pull in. And then you just hold left and turn until you're through. And that's the new Otherworld house strat. That bottom, like, that basement room clip is the hardest one. You do have to practice it a lot because there's a lot of weird things that go on and not being able to see the wall. You have to get really used to like judging how that upper area you can see of the room, like the bottom of the room before, how it sort of twitches and glitches is kind of what gives you your idea of what you've gone through. Like that's your visual cue, and it can be weird to get used to knowing what's happening based off it. So I recommend kind of just doing it over and over again, making a save. You can make a save in the room above on one of the other like drop down points, or like on that drop down point. I can kind of show you what I mean once I get through these cutscenes. Just for how I practiced it a bunch. I first started practicing it with it loaded in just so I could see the wall and see visually how the clipping worked. And then after that, I made a save. It says the attic, but it's in this room here, just like next to the main door. Okay, like in this room, on the third one. And what I'll do here is I'll just like flip through this wall. And it gets us into the Unlord Mask room, and then I can just clip here, drop down. And this I found was the fastest way to like repeatedly glitch that wall. Because then I'll like turn this way, pick up the knife. I don't actually do this. This going in and out just helps you like set up where you're gonna be when you come out, and then it's like whoop, turn, start clipping. And I hold left at the beginning on my moon stick until I like start turning, then I hold right, and I find that helps me get through. And you need to turn to right fast enough, otherwise you get pulled out of the wall. But you start off holding to the left just as the clip starts, and then hit hard to the right, rightly through, and then it gets you into the right spot. You can turn under. And I just like, to practice, I just loaded and did those clips over and over again. But yeah, so that's the new house route. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the YouTube comments. I'll try to explain as best as possible anything I may have missed. As it's Homecoming, of course, you might find better ways or more consistent ways for yourself to do the clips. Homecoming is that kind of game. This is just how I found them to be consistent. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you're watching this, I'm glad you're interested in running Homecoming, and hope to see you on the leaderboards. I'll see you later.